Imagine, if you will, a piece of paper, square or rectangular. If you need to, hit the pause button and go and find a piece and then come back and join the reflection. But picture the four corners of the paper. For me, each represents the four corners of God's love. Now, imagine what will happen if I cut one corner off and give it away. How many corners are left? Now, some of you may be thinking 3, but if you're like the quick-thinking people at St Faith's, you'll realise that there are 5 corners. So I started with 4 corners, gave one away, and now I have 5. So the person with the other corner, the triangle shape, well, they now have 3 corners. So the 4 corners I started off with has now become 8. 8 whole corners of God's love. Imagine if I and the person with the corner that I gave to them continued to cut corners, thus repeating the process. Imagine how many corners we would end up with. Well, there will be far too many to count. Such is the abundance of God's love and provision for us. A love that is given, received, and shared endlessly. And so today we thank God in our prayers and our praises, but we also make our offerings of all that we do and are. And it's an opportunity for the people of St Faith's to celebrate their harvest of talents, for that faithful community in the heart of Lamport. On Sunday, in front of us were our harvest gifts, and as we looked at them, we remembered how they were to be given to people in real need. Those gifts are a reminder that although God's earth produces much more than enough to go around, that abundance sometimes doesn't get shared in the way it should. At harvest, we remember we depend on God and others to survive, but we also remember that others depend on us to survive too. Because whenever we say thank you, we recognise each other. We need each other for practical support, our emotional guidance, and for our daily needs. For when we say thank you, we recognise the support others give us. We recognise our interconnectedness. And as you know, this year we at St Faith's are also supporting the citywide harvest. And with thankful hearts, we are aiming to support those in our community who will be facing the many challenges to come in the coming months, particularly in the light of the coronavirus pandemic. It's as if we and all who eat the food so generously donated across the city are basically sitting around the same table, God's table. It is as if all the corners of my piece of paper complete the whole picture. For when they come together, those blessings given, received, and shared are once again offered up in thanks to God. Amen.